Okay, before I start, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's thought of me. Now let's try to get through this in one shot, hopefully, because as I see it, a new day is dawning for you and me, expectedly and very exponentially, because I'm exploding onto the scene like C4, carefully detonated B4, tearing into everything with conviction, something mean, man. Can you believe I'm pawning the game quickly with my diction? Where's Rick, man? Because I die hard. It was in my cards. Through a prediction, I'd be popping out at you real quick, similar to a 3D Heroes Destiny movie on the big screen, like a Superman 3 film. Call me a supernova. I'm so bright they can see me with the Mars rover. Plus I'm expanding in every direction endlessly amongst the stars. Man, babies, it's over, because it was foretold I'd be this much of a proper odyssey from birth, since I'd write my own prophecy about how I'd overcome every adversity and give it all its worth, more than you've sold. After pulling out the prof in me intentionally to make sure all of you knew you're not the boss of me, considering when I stepped into the game it's cursed. Or did you not get the huge bat signal like omen that I'd be similar to the Joker playing poker with the Satan and our Lord and Savior, just to up the Antichrist? I feel possessed to murder every rapper's wit with my words a bit till they've grown lifeless and cold. No one can stop me. Or have you not heard they tried to call an exorcist, but there's none that bold? So like, whoa man, don't get pissed, or I'll be your whoa man, and I'll add you to the list of people whose careers took a hit. They say I'm a tiger because I'll Spider-Man you like a woman right between the eyes. For Canada behaving like America, since it's about time I come first before you guys. So come on, let's dance and do your worst. If you think you got it in the bag as much as I've had, now prove your worth. That's if you could spit out a verse long enough to keep your lips from being pursed. Since you can't deny the game just died in a way, it obviously never ended up in a body bag or got the chance to drive away in the back of a hearse. Because I just embodied the word retribution, embodied it bad like a terrorist who lost their life blown up in Baghdad by a frag grenade thrown their way to ruin their day after it was tossed in a stronghold window. It was a cheap win, I know, but that means it's dead. I killed it. May it rest in pieces. There's no need to call for a nurse, since its spirit already left to be with the virgins. It's no longer here on earth. And I don't think you need to be told. Some people call me an a-hole because I'm like a pain in the neck and an ankle rolled that took its toll, even if they are digging me. Now, obviously, yes, you guessed it, I'm excited to be here at the premiere of how my life finally got to steering me right for a change. Maybe that's why it's cheering me on like a stranger with no fear, my biggest fan in sight. Look at it rant and rave tonight. No critics to fight. Also, it just keeps throwing so much money at me. I've got more than pockets of loose change to hold on too tight. Love for my country, no noose around my neck, and a clean shave. What do you expect? I don't want no weird beard, all right? Plus, I'm one step closer to greatness and 1 foot farther from the grave. With all my might, let me be clear, dear. The goal is to go all in with my heart and soul, to be the light of my life, a bright future I will pave before I part this earthly plane. And it's true that through my legacy, I will continue to be a shark that goes hard, so hard, the great white flag they will wave. So much so, nobody can say I didn't give it all she gave. Though, unfortunately, life was unruly and would not behave. If people only knew all the struggles that I've got through, then maybe then they'd understand why my tainted heart is worthy of being saved. Okay, settle down, I need to confess. Y'all need to wake up and smell the coffee, since I'm kicking ass and doing my best. It's true. Now, before I continue to lyrically do what I must to be outlasting every other rapper amassing in the room, yes, the world is mine for the taking. That's why the fourth wall is coming down. I'm blasting through, and the glass ceiling will be shattering to pieces all around, because I'm breaking that too. Bad for you, good for me. Now say my name, since I'm breaking bad levels of mad genius. It's insane. The thoughts inside my brain would leave only about 1,000 men not mentally deranged. Okay, now here comes the boom, because it's my intention to be blowing up the game with just the tracks I've got on the back burner that are known to cause anaphylactic shock, massive anxiety attacks, and bouts of insanity to everybody, including you, let alone the ones whose inception I've yet to bring about. But let me tell ya, their invention looms. Plus, it's just absurd how determined I am to be cooking up beats like Walter White in an RV with Jesse day and night, sweating away in the desert heat to bring about my salvation and redemption before my final days. High as a bird off the fumes, while crafting every verse to perfection with a level of quality you'd expect from Heisenberg, till they're sweeter than roses and confections, and every bit of proses has got you feeling death has been arranged for humanity, and now you're all doomed. Now, well, wake up and smell them roses, because as it goes, it shouldn't be hard to tell. You're about to feel the wrath of the silver-tongued gentleman, devil on another level, and one-man band honing his craft just right, while never missing a beat with his legendary feats that has got you out of your seats and throwing roses at his feet, since he's like Laurier's worth it. That's why you're giving him the praise and laurels today, so lovely and grand. Their beauty is being compared to flowers bloomed. That's the word on the street. I'm about to make that splash tonight like a turd just to hurt your feelings, squirt, then rub dirt in the wound so the gash gets infected and starts oozing juice till you end up septic and it kills you. Don't mean to bash your head in or dash your dreams like a hit and run on your aspirations, it seems, but you haven't gotten the hunch yet. I'm here to outlast the cream of the crops. That's why I'm still outlasting and outstanding in this field, working on the moves I'm wielding till nothing tops it, and your head's spinning like Leo's top a bit, while I'm milking every punchline to the beat drops. Before I go removing every four-way around town for a roundabout, that's my roundabout way to say I'm pulling out all the stops. Seriously, just go ask the cops, they can attest. I've got it popping so much they were like, that's it, Pops, you're under arrest for being better than the rest. Me and them, we've got history. If you got a minute, I'll give you the DL. Cops, I protest and detest. So one time they told me freeze, scumbag. But before they could kidnap me, I just hopped in my vehicle while wearing a halter top. Dropped the top to the purple convertible muscle car, started her up. It began to burble. Felt unstoppable, like I was on a transmission from the future. And there's nothing they can do to keep me from completing the objectives that I've got. You should have seen it. The whole force to take me down. Before they could, I took out 4 of the aforementioned policemen's cruisers. Then they pit maneuvered me. Still, I fought. The judge gave him sutures and a concussion. I don't know what was wrong with his head. Honestly, I thought I was dead. He was so impressed, he let me off with a warning to stop, because they can't keep a warrior down or budge that rock. Now they're in a hard place from the stacks I rack, where they bet on bones and sticks, and apparently they said, shit, we should have let him get away with it had we known he had the chops, as well as friends in low places and at the top. Now you better panic, let loose and get frantic and act a fool, cause I'm about to get hectic, downright frenetic too. That's why you should just get used to the emotions filling you like an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Since it's going swimmingly, I'll just deep dive right in with all the bones I have to pick against kings and hicks, with the rhythm and flow like the throes of sex on a boat going down the river Styx. It's fucking close to hell or high water. No need for the Game of Thrones, so let's not bother. And I suppose you won't be fighting the deep dicking like a freight train from this wordsmith with the abilities of Mark Twain, Dickens, Luther King, and Malcolm X. Well, he does his thing to produce verses that are never trite and always tight, like your ass used to be before you got ripped. A new one from me with this flex, since I'm an apex predator like a T-Rex. And you wonder why your game just slipped and I'm what's up next. But for good measure, bend over and take it from me twice with sand in the Vaseline until you feel pain and start to beg and whine, because I'm pissing fire and gasoline due to the fact I've got the power of Visine, since there's not a dry eye in this powder keg, and I didn't even have to break a leg. It's amazing how I can take it higher without a care in the world, I swear. When light, it'll ignite, so I hope you took your contraceptions consensually tonight. Since I'm about to plant a seed in your mind with my conceptions, don't be alarmed and heed my rhyme. I'm more complicated than doing math on speed and wine. So put away your books, guys. This isn't reading time. More like PE to be the greatest rapper, so you can hungrily get to feeding people lines with the same greed as mine, like crooks with no honor or creed who be lying to the waitress just to get away with dining without paying a dime at feeding time. So much the popo will want to pull you over and give you a ticket like it's a speeding fine. I see you just peed a bit. Why is it greener than a tree's leaves and smells like pine? Never mind. Just go tell the janitor to grab me the caution sign. Don't want anybody slipping in the mess you leave behind. I guess it's cleaning time. Better mop the floor with you. There, that's my good deed for the day. No need to pay me overtime, since I don't mind towing the line. I just do what it takes to lead this life of mine. Dude, have an ice bath. Man, chill, okay? Can't you see I'm just messing around? This is me having a gas. I shouldn't have to plead every time to get you to understand I don't mean you any malice or harm. Just trying to strong arm until I've got you going crazy and they ship you off to the funny farm. Not commit horrible deeds or violent crime. No, I'm just speaking candidly. To be fair, had Puffy not lost got lost in the carnage and carnal pleasure, as well as handed out so many drugs carelessly, plus stuffed a few too many snuffed out hookers named Allison Candy in his trunk, maybe P. Diddy wouldn't be looking at 25 to life for threatening people with a knife after he flew off the handle while drunk on a few handles. Seriously, I didn't want to say it, but none of you will ever hold a candle to the crazy actions he perpetrated. Pep and cheese, perpetrated and perpetuated openly. Plus, I think he tried to diddle me once when I was a kiddie. Sorry, I was ordering a pizza because I'm a little bit hungry. Anyways, I hope he doesn't get pissed wig out and have me shot like Tupac and Biggie as I'm standing outside having a few cigarettes. Not that it's a bad outcome, since you bet it'll probably be the best thing for my career, especially once you take into account the amount of work I put into rigging the game. So I'm set if I leave here. That's why I just spoke my piece to this beat to casually spitfire like a certain spitfire you all admire, since it's plain to see, similar to staring longingly at ordinary aircraft on display at an air show, that I've got no regrets. So let's get this diss on replay and watch them begin to fret. I'm just playing rap game. You know I tolerate you. And to my haters, peace out.